Hi, Cancer. So this is your reading for those of you who are home alone on Valentine's Day. And what we're going to do is we're going to check in and see what kind of blocks you are working with. What's going on with you that makes you home by yourself when you want to be in a relationship? What's stopping you from being in one? And then, okay, so there's two. These are blocks, so these are issues that you need to work on and keep in mind. So compromise came up. If that's a block, that means you don't like to compromise. And so it's either your way or the highway. And if that's how you are in a relationship, that might be why somebody doesn't stick around very long. The other one came up as mask. And that also usually, to me, that indicates that you are probably emotionally unavailable, because you have to let that mask down and let, like, you need to be vulnerable with other people if you ever want to have like a deeper relationship with them. And if you always have a mask on, you know, if you meet somebody and say you're female and you always have your makeup on and you never let them see you without your makeup on, and you're always dressed to this T and you never let them see what you look like when you first get out of bed in the morning or whatever, you've got a mask on. It's because you fear that they are not going to like who you are on a day-to-day basis, and you have got to get over that. So you have a mask that you need to remove, and that has a lot to do with self-worth issues and just being afraid that people are not going to like you how you are. But I'll tell you what, people don't like people that have a mask on 24/7, even less. So, you know, people don't like fake people. So if you're one of those, you need to dig into that and figure out why you have to pretend that everything's all peachy, hunky-dory, and look your best, and where the perfectionism is coming from. Surrender. I feel like that's a case of surrender to divine timing, and surrender to the universe, and surrender to having less control. I feel like you are fairly controlling, and you like to make sure everything goes your way, and you do sweat the small stuff. And the universe is going to have some rough lessons for you if you are that way. I feel like I'm talking to very young people right now too, because older people have learned, hopefully most older people have learned, that the universe has way more control over your life than you do. And that there are things that are going to crop up. There are bad things that are going to crop up, and you've got to just be able to go with the flow. And right now, I don't think you're very good at that. So you are very highly dramatic, and you get all bent out of shape and very excitable. And, oh my God, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. And you need to surrender and know that the sky is not falling when certain things happen. Life isn't going to come to an end, and just know that this is just kind of part of the journey, and get over it. And people also don't like to be men. If you're a woman, men don't like to be around women that are full of drama. So if you're a drama queen and you're proud of being a drama queen, you need to drop that shit in a hurry. All right, what else is making Cancer stay home by themselves on Valentine's Day? What is keeping Cancer home alone on Valentine's Day? What's a block that they need to work on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Inner child. You've got some inner child work, some inner child wounds. There's some stuff that happened to you when you were a child, younger, that you still haven't gotten over. And they always say that kids are good until they're about age 7 and pretty resilient up until that point. And then after age 7, they start taking in on like characteristics from adults and parental programming and all of that stuff. So you've got some wounds from, you know, things didn't work out the way you wanted to when you were little. You didn't get something. Your parents divorced and you haven't gotten over that. Someone was mean to you and you never got over that. You had a boyfriend that did something to you in high school and you never got over that. There's just some inner child work that you are holding on to steadfastly that you need to look at and get over, because that's going to keep coming up and causing problems for any relationship that you're in if you don't get rid of that. What else is going on as a block for Cancer? What else is going on as a block for Cancer? Guide. I feel like if it's a block, you are ignoring your guides. Your guides may be trying to help you have a better flow in your life, and you are resistant. That probably goes along with you have a lot of ego. I also feel like that goes along with the surrender card. They're trying to guide you to the river that's going to just be flowing upriver, and you're like, no, I want to go against the river and go against the flow because I want to go this way because I think I'm right, and you need to get over that because the universe does have your back. They want to see you happy. You're just like working against them right now. So if you find that a lot of stuff doesn't work out in your favor, it's because you're working against the wrong, it's like you're working against the wrong team. You're working against the ego team, and you need to be working with the universal team. Understanding. That also goes along with, I feel like you're not very understanding of other people, and I feel like you're very judgmental. You don't see other people's flaws and understand, oh, I can completely understand how you feel. I understand why somebody would do that. I feel like you're very judgmental, and you have a very, what's the word I want to say? You have a very, all I can come up with is judgmental. You just look at people and you have no compassion for them, for their circumstances. Cold, I guess. I feel like there's some cold-heartedness going on there that maybe you need to work on before. Okay. Anyone that you end up with is going to have flaws. You need to understand that. And right now, you are very intolerant of other people's flaws. Kind of like you think, my shit doesn't stink. There's nothing wrong with me. I've got everything figured out, and everybody else in the world are the idiots. Yeah, that's not going to get you very far either. So if you're home alone on Valentine's Day and you have any of this stuff going on, that's why nobody wants to be around you. And I don't mean to be harsh. This just is facts are facts. I have studied dating and relationships for 20 years. And when I know about a lot of this stuff because I was in that space for a long time. So don't think I'm judging you now. Make sure you understand I've been where you've been. I understand exactly what's going on. I know what's going on. Nope. That's two. I want one more. One more block for what Cancer is going through currently. All right, 3 cards came up. I'll take them. Nostalgia. I feel like, okay, when I see this card, and it's red, it makes me feel like you have some anger issues, past anger issues that you have got to heal. So you have got some, you need to forgive some people. You're mad at some people did you wrong, and you are pissed. You also need to heal your chakras. So I'm feeling like your heart chakra is closed off, and you need to heal your heart chakra in order to be able to open up and receive love, because you don't have love to give because your heart chakra is closed off. And the patience card. I think that has to do with having patience with other people and having patience with people's flaws. So let's see. Now this next portion is for those of you who may be dating somebody, and for whatever reason you're not out with them on Valentine's Day. Maybe you, like if I said, where's your boyfriend at? Or have you been dating anybody? And you're like, yeah, I've been dating somebody, but we're not out on Valentine's Day. And what's happening is what's going on with that person is like kind of why they didn't invite you out on Valentine's Day. What's holding them back? What's holding the two of you back from being in a full-blown relationship where somebody would go out and be all lovey-dovey on Valentine's Day? What's going on with Cancer's person that's on their mind right now? What is going on with that person right now that is stopping them from being out on Valentine's Day with their Cancer person? Okay, this one is wanting to come out. New direction. If that is a block, it feels like they are starting a new cycle. It feels like they just ended an old cycle. Maybe they just got out of a divorce and they are not fully healed. Maybe they just started a new job and they're really super focused on that new job. Maybe they just landed in the state or place where you are living and they still haven't got their bearings yet. They've just started something new and they're still trying to get acclimated to that new life. Don't take it personally. It's just that their focus is elsewhere right now. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It doesn't have anything to do with you being wrong for them. It just has to do with more their focus is in someplace else right now, not being out on Valentine's Day with you. There's one that flipped up. Separation. If that goes along with the new direction, that person as a block, they are not fully separated from their old situation. And it could be that they are in the process of getting a divorce and that's not completely come to fruition yet. Or maybe they're having separation anxieties, like if they've just moved across the country and, you know, maybe their kids are back, well, we'll say California or whatever, you know, and they've just moved halfway across the world or whatever. They're having separation anxiety right now, so they're really kind of down in the dumps. They haven't fully moved into this new life. So they're still healing from a previous life that has still got some energetic cords attached to them. So again, don't take it personally. This doesn't have anything to do with you being the wrong or right person for them. It just has to do with them not being fully healed from a previous relationship, previous life, previous whatever that's going on. They just need some time. It's just not the right time is what I'm feeling. It's just like the timing is just not right for the two of you right now. Could be in 6 months, could be in a year. They'll be to a point where they can focus on a relationship. You may have moved on by then, though. It may not be a case of where you're willing to stick around. What else is going on with the person that Cancer is thinking about or pining over? Wishing they were with. Why are they not with that person right now? What's going on? Woo. Commitment. Well, now, if that is a block, perhaps the person that you are pining over is married or in a relationship. Maybe they have lied to you. Maybe they have not completely been honest with you and told you that they are in a commitment. And there's a reason why they're not out with you on Valentine's Day is because they can't be seen with you. So if you have had any red flags and you're thinking, God, why doesn't he ever call me at night? Or why doesn't this ever happen? Or why doesn't this ever happen? It's your inner wisdom trying to tell you that that person is not being completely honest with you. If that is a block, there's two things that could be coming up. Either they are in a commitment already, or commitment is a block for them because they are emotionally unavailable. They don't want to commit to anything. They are a player. They like dating around. They don't want to settle down with one person. Commitment is a block for whoever you are home pining for. Thinking about, and again, you can't take that personally because it's like maybe if they just got out of a relationship and they're like, that was the worst experience of my life. I am never, ever, ever going through a divorce like that again. Right now, they're not going to be interested in any kind of commitment. So it's a lot of it is timing issue for you. What else is going on? That one. The answer is yes as a block. Well, is that a block? The answer is yes. Okay, so the feeling is... Okay, if the answer is yes for them, the answer is yes as a block for your person. Let me think about this. How is that a block? The only thing I can keep coming up with is yes, they are married. I mean, yes, they are lying to you. Yes, they are married. Yes, they are already in a relationship. They have not, I just feel like they have not been on the up and up with you. And that's why you're not with them, is because they can't be with you. They have a mask up. That would make sense. They're pretending to be somebody they're not. So there is nothing about this whole line of cards that makes me feel like this person, if this is who you're thinking about, you need to move on, because this person is not ever... One, you don't want to be with a liar and someone who's pretending to be single when they're not. Recognition. Let's see. Okay, so as a block, what I'm seeing here is they are not recognizing what they are doing to you. They are not recognizing how this is going to affect you negatively. They are not recognizing what a douchebag they're being. I mean, I feel like they probably are a little bit, but I feel like that person is full of excuses for why they are doing what they are doing. And they are not recognizing the harm that they are doing, because that is a block. They are not recognizing the harm that they are doing in dating and pretending to be single when they're not. So let me get one more. There's two. Free will. So their free will, their free will is a block, because their free will is pushing them to do something that is not on the up and up. And karmic partner. So the person that they are with right now is a karmic partner. That hasn't fully ended. So long story short here, the person that you have met may be somebody that you have a really great connection with, and you have never felt this connection before. But they need to end their relationship that they are currently in first before they start off on a new one. And that happens a lot. I've noticed that when I was on the dating sites a lot. I can't tell you how many people were out looking for the next one before they had ended the last one. It happens all the time. So you guys need to be aware of that. There's a lot of people out there that's pretending to be single when they're not. They need to end the relationship with that partner. I don't care if they've been married for 20 years and they haven't had sex for 10 of it, and they're not happy. They need to get out of that relationship before they get into another one. And it happens all the time. So anyway, that is it for you, Cancers. I will, if you have any questions, let me know. My email will be on the details. And if you feel led to throwing a donation my way, please do, because I decided not to charge for these. Anyway, I will talk to you all later. Bye.